Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it, so here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk, let's get right into it.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer decided it was time for a change after their old router became a source of constant frustration. It seemed every firmware update from the previous manufacturer would break something, forcing our reviewer into a cycle of daily reboots or lengthy, complex network reconfigurations just to get back online. Seeking a more reliable experience, this client was drawn to this new router due to its support for newer Wi-Fi standards and the manufacturer's strong reputation for frequent and stable hardware updates. The significantly longer warranty period compared to its competitors also provided a welcome sense of confidence in the purchase. However, the initial setup process was not as smooth as hoped. Our reviewer ran into a tricky issue where the router's network address needed to be matched to the one registered with their internet provider. The quick start guide didn't cover this, and it took some digging into the advanced settings and a 15-minute call with customer support to get the connection authenticated and working. Once online, the performance was a mixed bag. While the management interface, both on the web and through the mobile app, was a massive improvement, fast, intuitive, and a pleasure to use, the signal range was a letdown. Surprisingly, this brand new router struggled to cover the same area as their 7-year-old previous model, leaving dead spots in the furthest corners of their large home. A separate signal extender was needed to solve the problem. In the end, this client feels this router is a great product with fantastic software, but its reach limits its ideal use case. It would likely be a perfect fit for a smaller house or apartment, but for anyone in a larger home, they would probably be better served by a dedicated mesh Wi-Fi system.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer is absolutely blown away by this router. It's honestly more than enough for what our reviewer needs, and there's a sneaky suspicion that some advanced technology is at play here. The client gets 400 from their internet provider, but this router is consistently delivering around 505 right out of the box. Setup was super smooth, although a few reboots were needed after tweaking the settings, but with its speedy processor, those restarts were quick and painless. What really impressed this client is how incredibly versatile and configurable this router is. It offers so many options that were simply missing on other routers they considered. In terms of sheer power and capability, our reviewer actually compares it to high-end professional-grade firewall used at work. The best part is that this router delivers full bandwidth and throughput to every connected device, even with all the security features enabled. Unlike the firewall at work that throttles bandwidth, this router is blasting speeds of over 1,200 MB to the laptop, and the built-in speed test confirms similar speeds in the browser. The reviewer knows that a common complaint is not getting the download speeds you're paying for in your browser, but people do not take in consideration the overhead in bandwidth issues, and don't buy an appropriate speed router to be able to provide the promised speed. In this case, this router has solved that problem and beats many routers that had promised similar functionality. A word of caution, the reviewer had a terrible experience with a refurbished version of this router. It caused all sorts of problems with servers and remote connections. Thankfully, the vendor provided great customer service and issued a refund promptly. The small price difference between the new and refurbished models was insignificant compared to the huge difference in performance and the resulting frustration. So, definitely stick with a new unit.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer, coming from a full Netgear setup, decided to switch things up and try this wireless router. The initial setup was surprisingly smooth. The auto configuration worked flawlessly, but it's good to know you can dive into manual settings if you prefer. Our reviewer did mention one small snag during the setup process. The router defaults to giving the 2.4 and 5 GHz channels the same name, even when you're trying to set them up individually. A minor annoyance that needs a quick fix if you want separate SSIDs for each band. Once they got used to the web-based interface, they found it excellent. The options are mostly arranged logically and easy to understand. All the essential tools are readily accessible, including the WAN, LAN, wireless, guest network, and QoS settings. The best part, according to this client, is how easy it is to change settings. The interface never froze, failed to respond, or forgot the changes they made. The 2.4 GHz band provides great signal strength throughout their 2100 SQ FD two-story home. The 5 GHz band wasn't exceptional, but it was reliable enough. All devices, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and phones, connected without any issues. While the reviewer wasn't looking for a flashy gaming-style device, but rather solid performance and the ability to handle a good number of simultaneous connections, 12-18 devices, this router definitely delivers. As long as they can game on their wired PC while others are streaming movies, videos, and YouTube, everyone is happy, and so far, this router is keeping everyone very happy.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.